Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up, good morning, how you doing? We have the S&P's down 88, Dow's down 757, NASDAQ down 218. Got Micah, Jeff, Keith, Lion, Mason, Chris, Hank. How we doing? If you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button. I'm sure a lot of you already did. Thank you so much. Thanks for the support, guys, that coming day in, day out to this channel, hanging out with me, talking about the stock market. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for me. You know, it's been pretty crazy this year so far. So, you know, a lot of people are getting interested in options trading and investing, but we're here just to stay calm, stay green. You know, Colin, Bears are ready to eat. If we get this down to a T, your subscribers were sore. Yeah, it didn't help me. So the subscribers on the main Us versus Herd channel is doing pretty well. This channel is doing pretty well considering that earlier this year I did start this channel from scratch. So it's only like a few months old. So not calm, turning green. You're an animal. 3,000 inputs. Yeah, so I'll go over my trades here in a second once some more people join. Just waiting on for some more people. But yeah, I mean, Apple, yesterday I had that 255 put on Apple yesterday that I got shook out of. I lost $200 on, only for it to come back down. Probably should have reloaded, but I switched over to SPY and TLT, and I put a Home Depot trade on. That Home Depot is probably looking pretty decent this morning. You know, just getting into things here, we have. Should try to post some live trading sessions, the best ones. Mortgage applications, 24% plummet. So after rising for 2 weeks, mortgage rates plunge. And this is what I've been talking about, guys. We're starting to get data now. The data that we had that the market was acting on was old data in like February and stuff like that. We're getting more relevant data for when we started doing like shelter in place. I know a lot of other states don't have shelter in place. In Illinois yesterday, they extended our shelter in place till April 30th. So here we are. I am stuck inside at least for the next 30 days, which is fine to me. But there's a lot of people out there, especially in Illinois, you know, servers, chefs, people that work in restaurants, people that work in hotels, people that can't work from home. I mean, I'm very blessed to be able to do what I do from the comfort of my own home. I make the same amount of money as I did before this crash, before this coronavirus thing. You know, my other businesses are actually doing okay right now. So, you know, I feel very blessed in that sense. But there's a lot of people right now that having a shelter in place to April 30th. I mean, I understand why we're doing it, but we got to figure this out. The government is giving, you know, stimulus checks to people. There are a lot of restrictions, but they're, you know, today's April 1st. They're not freezing mortgage or rent payments. So, you know, what are they going to do? What are those people going to do that didn't have a job for last month, and you know, they haven't gotten an unemployment check yet. You know, I know people that are unemployed, and they said that, hey, you probably not going to get another check. Probably not going to get your first check for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So what do you do? You know, what do you do if you're unemployed? You can't get a check, at least in the state of Illinois. What are they gonna do? So I don't know. I mean, the only thing that our governor did do is saying you can't evict anybody, but that doesn't mean that still means that the money is still due. You know what I mean? Do you think video game stocks will hold up well? Yeah, I think video games and video game streaming is pretty hot right now, obviously, because no one can leave. I feel like the next 2 weeks going to be rough. Yeah. Yo, Blue, what's going on? If you're just joining, say what up. Carmine, So yeah, we're gonna have a rough go. The ADP report wasn't that bad this morning, but it was only through March 12th. So they're saying it wasn't really an accurate depiction of March numbers, because that the actual losses for the month were in the numbers of millions, and they're saying they only cut 27,000 jobs in March, but this is only the report through March 12th. So just be mindful of that. And yes, we do have coming in hot, weekly jobless claims tomorrow, non-farm payrolls, and then Friday we're going to have the unemployment rate. So we'll see what happens here, how this is going to impact the market. But they're saying now, and when I say they, I mean like media. They're saying now that the market is down. If you go to CNBC right here, if you go now, look, Dow futures fall 700 points as Trump warns a very painful 2 weeks. Predicts 100 to 240,000 will die from the coronavirus. But this is nothing new. So I don't think the market is reacting to this. I think the market is reacting because it's topped out of of the range it was trying to get to. And I did bring this up last night. Dave, what's going on? I did bring this up last night, and I did take some losses yesterday, but I did roll my put. So I did roll. So I had the 259 put. I probably could have kept it, but I took a loss on the 259 put because it was expiring today. I didn't want to be holding the bag, so I rolled up to the 261 put for Friday expiration. At close, I was up $230, so I lost $300 on the initial contract that I had, but I'm up $230, and now SPY is at 248 area. So it's at 248. So it closed at 257. Is at 248. So I had a delta of what? I had a delta at 84. So this is gonna probably be worth $1,000 at open. I mean, this is gonna be $1,000 profit, probably around $1,000 profit. I had a delta 84, and my deltas are probably close to $1 now, being in the money this far. So I'm definitely glad that I stuck. And this is what I was saying is, the market, like Apple yesterday, I don't know if you guys watched my video for yesterday. The market is going to try to squeeze you. They're going to try to squeeze the stops. They're going to try to squeeze the bears. Once they can squeeze the bears really hard, they're gonna reverse. And that's the dangerous thing. People are like, why don't you just switch to bullish? Why don't? Because I've been doing this for a long time, and if you just flip flop like that, you're not gonna make any money. You're not going to, yes, I had a painful few days. I mean, I made some money day trading some calls and stuff like that, but for my positions I was swing trading, I was bleeding out a little bit, right? So, I was bleeding out on the swing trades. I would try to make it up in the day trades and see what I netted, and this Apple chart is a very good example of them trying to squeeze you. And final pushes like this, I knew we were getting close to the top. When you have final pushes like this, I just wasn't sure if it was going to go to like 270 that day, because Apple was just going crazy and I didn't want to get stuck, so I took the loss, right? So if you start going long right here, you're like, oh, I'm getting squeezed. Forget it. I'm done with Apple going short. I'm going to go long now. Apple's above 260. We're going 280, baby. Let's do it. And then they reverse it on you and take your money. So they take your money twice. They take your money. You take your money going short. Then they take your money going long, which I call is the double whammy. So that's not what you want to do. That's not what you do. So that's why, if I still believe on the chart, the reason why I still believed, I didn't believe. I actually got out of, when I had a loss like that, I was kind of angry at Apple. So I don't like to trade with emotion. So that's why I switched over to other trades. I went into SPY. I went to TLT, and looking like this is the rejection. SPY has a better, cleaner rejection chart right here, because if you're looking, let me zoom in here. This has been stopping like right at 262, 263. So this was actually, SPY was a lot easier to trade than Apple. Apple got a little crazy yesterday. NASDAQ was actually green, and it was trying to push, and Apple was trying to push, and Amazon and Tesla was trying to push. Everyone was trying to push yesterday. But if you look at SPY was definitely a lot easier to trade, because this is a really clean stop right here, really clean rejection. Right now we're at 247, 248 area, 249 now. We just popped up a couple bucks. So we're at 249 now. So we're right down here, which we're below the 250 where this candle on March 26th started. We're at 249. So let's see what happens at 249 where this candle opened up on March 26th, and if we're gonna push back up to this 260 area, or we're gonna head down lower. So I was saying, like, this is what I was thinking, that if we come down like this, we popped up for a few days, then we dropped pretty hard, we pop up for a few days, and people are thinking that we're gonna have. I don't see how this is possible, but people in the UVH fam are thinking, and they've been giving me a hard time about shorting and stuff like that, because they think this is going to be a V-shaped recovery. This is going to be a V-shaped recovery. I think we're going to have, like in here, we had a pop, leg down, pop, and then we're going to have another leg down. That's what I envision. I don't see how it is possible for us to have a V-shaped recovery to all-time highs when we have, when we're going to have 20% unemployment, housing markets and crumbling. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, I get the Fed and all that stuff, but I'm still so fresh. I don't get the deltas. So Chris, delta. For every delta that you have, if the stock moves $1, so if I had 80 delta, the stock moves $1, I make $80. Yo, Rob, what's going on? If you're just joining, say what up. Hit the like button if you can. Trying to catch up here. Ariana was a nice double top on SPY yesterday. Perfect setup and got stopped out. Yep. Nick, can you talk about the decreasing volumes on the rise? You're talking about the volume. Yeah, I mean, you've witnessed it. We've just been really, really slow in the market, so it's hard to say. I think that the market was trying to digest the pricing, and everyone. I mean, we had a rough month, and very high volume. And even though, volumes have been decreasing, but look how high it is compared to back in February. February we're at what, like not even 100 million. Right now, yesterday we did 200 million, and volume popped up actually versus the day before. So I think we're gonna get some more volume here. Appreciate we're going to test 220 again. I like the V. Yeah, I don't think I like the V shape. Okay. Global economic crisis. People still calling it bottom. Yeah, I know things are bad when people that don't invest are talking on Twitter that I know, like personal friends, are saying, hey, I'm opening up my first dividend portfolio. I'm kind of thinking about, like, well, those that are still giving out dividends are probably not anymore. So good luck. It's like I'm not trying to make fun of anybody, but like, you need to, if you're gonna invest your hard-earned cash into the market for the long term. I think that, if you're in your 20s and 30s, yes, scale in. That's fine. Scale in. You don't need to catch the bottom. You could buy now, keep averaging down for the next 10 years, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be well paid into your 60s. If America is still here, we're going to be well paid into our 60s and 70s, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But if you're like, oh no, I'm trying to catch the bottom here so I can make, we can go back up to all-time highs in 6 months. It's you're going to lose, bro. You're going to lose. Rob, I'm just being realistic, man. I'm just being realistic. I don't know, man. Things are getting real cheap here in America. Real estate, commercial real estate, companies. Who do you think's going to buy all that up? You think Americans? Anyways, not going to get too twitful a hat. So SPY, I'm currently locked in the 261 put. I did add a debit spread to Home Depot based on the mortgage in the homes reports for this week. So I did reload. I already had a debit put spread for April 17th, but it kind of got away from me. So I reloaded for next week expiration. I have a debit spread on for April 17th, and now I have one for April 9th that I'm looking to make a little bit of money on. It looks like I'm going to be in the money on Home Depot. Home Depot just was off the rails the last few days. Went as high as 198. We're at 179 now, so it looks like I'm going to be making a little bit of money on that April 9th debit spread. On this April 9th debit spread. I don't know if I'm going to make money on this April 17th. We'll see. This debit spread on April 17th, let's see what it cost. It cost... So that initially... Well, those are just... I put that on a while ago. Okay, so that initial debit spread cost me $1.50. I put this on March 24th. And this new debit spread I just put on cost me 91 cents. So I wanted to do like a low risk short of Home Depot because I thought it was going to be good, but I didn't want to pay the high premiums. Been pretty good trading Home Depot. So I was mainly, Home Depot's kind of gotten in the up and up, and I was trying to short that based on the mortgage report, and that looks like it's coming down a little bit. BA is garbage. I did cover my short, so I did short the S&Ps last night. And just so you guys know, if you guys are trading on Tastyworks, this is broken. It's showing my P&L day the same as my realized profit when this is not the case. I actually made $180, but my P&L on the day was $146. So just be mindful. Do your calculations yourself. If I go to MES here, so I shorted at 25.77 and I covered at 25.40. Obviously, we left a lot of money. On the table here. I had all my alerts, but when it was leveling out here around 25.40, I thought this might just pop up, and I've been kind of having a rough week. Let me just take my profits, and that's what I did because I'm like, I'm already short SPY. Do I need to be double short? Answer was yes. I didn't need to be double short, but. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I wanted to get some rest last night, even though I didn't because my daughter kept getting up, So I thought MES or S&Ps were going to pop back up. They tried to pop up to 25.50. I sold at 25.40, which was down around here, which was 6:26 p.m. last night, Central. So I sold it, and then we obviously went down. But I was afraid that we're going to pop back up. This market, it's predictable but unpredictable at the same time. We've been doing a fairly well job of predicting the market, but they've been definitely putting a lot of pressure on. But BA is buy 125-ish for a swing. If BA goes back to 80, I will buy. I'll buy, and I'll average down my stock too. Ariana, hey, can I borrow some of your winnings? You can only borrow some of my winnings if you're willing to borrow some of my losses. So, dividend cuts are going to cause more lost faith for the investors. Yeah, everyone's cutting dividends because why not? They can't afford it. Bought a share from Verizon and KLS. We can scale in till a reversal. Yeah, Verizon. Like I said, I don't think if you're investing long term, like more than 10 years. For me personally, I think Apple's a little bit more expensive. I would like to scale into some Apple and Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and maybe Amazon, but Amazon's gotten pretty expensive too. I would like Apple and Microsoft. I want to focus on during this recession or whatever we're going to call it, whatever we're going to label it, this recession, I'm going to scale in, kind of take the Warren Buffett approach where I focus on cash-rich companies. And who is cash rich right now? Who makes profits and who doesn't have debt or debt that they can't cover with their cash? They may have debt, but they don't have the liabilities keeping them in business. If they paid off all their debts, they would be okay. Like I like Tesla, but it's way too expensive. If Tesla comes back down to 150, I'll look at buying some shares. But Tesla may not make it through based on how much debt they have. I hate to say it, Netflix has a lot of debt, and they need a lot of money they spend on production to stay in business. And if with the coronavirus they can't produce anything, I think Netflix is gonna fall hard. People are putting way too much faith in Netflix subscribers. Netflix is not gonna be able to create content. No one's gonna be able to create content. Who was it? Sony said that they're actually postponing all the films for this year. Disney says that they're probably going to release like the Marvel films like Black Widow and stuff that were supposed to come out this year on Disney Plus. So, I think that I think Netflix is a good short, but the question is, Netflix has always been one of those companies like, when will the price catch up with what the company is actually doing? Because I don't think the price is actually reflecting what the company is doing. I mean, it's at near all-time highs. I mean, and a lot of people I know are like, oh yeah, I'm going to invest in Disney Plus and Netflix because everyone's staying at home. And I said, you don't invest in Disney Plus because it accounts for a small fraction of what Disney, and it doesn't offset the losses. Disney's currently losing $40 million a day or more from its parks being closed. So, Disney does have cash on the side, but they only have like $6 billion in cash. Apple, what do they have? 180 billion, 200 billion in cash. Microsoft, they have Facebook. Facebook has like 60 billion, $55 billion in cash. Microsoft, they have a lot. I don't remember off the top of my head how much they have, but they have a lot of money in cash as well. So I'm going to be focusing on the companies for long-term investing. I'm going to be focusing on the companies that have cash right now. That's what I'm looking at. Looks like we're dropping a little bit here again. So Netflix, I want to short it, but I mean, these rips are just disgusting. It's like crazy. So I think that Netflix, maybe what I'll do here is start opening up some debit spreads on Netflix to the downside for like weeks out. Like when does anyone know when Netflix earnings are? Let's see here if we can pull up Netflix earnings. Okay, so their earnings are this month, April 21st. So maybe what I'll do, April 21st after the bell right now. And that's if it's not changed. I think some companies are going to try to change their earnings. So April 21st. So maybe what I'll do is place something in May, put a debit spread on in May for this. Maybe I'll go into May. I kind of like this trade. Maybe I'll go into May. IV's relatively low on these right now, so putting on a debit spread might not be a bad idea. So April, and this might change. It might not be April 21st by the time we get there. But let's see here. We can do April 24th, but we could do May 15th, and I can do like, something like this. It would cost me 92 cents. Max profit would be $400. We could play around with it. I might be actually looking at that today. Netflix is what? Netflix hasn't even dropped today, really. I mean, it's down $1.30. Down $1.30. Market's down big. Netflix is down $1.30. So I might I'll put on a. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put a debit spread on Netflix. Maybe I'll put a couple on it. Netflix is always about subscribers, though. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. You can get 300 selling 80 BA puts 44 days out. Should I sell some puts? I don't know if I want to own 100 shares of Boeing, though. We'll see. I don't know if I want to own 100 shares of Boeing. Okay. TLT. So TLT, I rolled out of that yesterday too. I'm actually in the 166 call for next week expiration. So I'm looking at TLT. TLT is at what, 167 right now, 168. So I'm looking for a 170 push today. If we can get to 170 push, I would love to take my profits off that and reload. Netflix, TLT, what I've been noticing has been really range bound. It really likes like the lower 160s and 170s area. And so if it gets to the top of the range, I would like to cash out and reload if we can come back down to 165. Yeah, the risk is it could push up to 175, 180. But I guess we'll see what the momentum is. I mean, TLT is a little bit unpredictable. It moves kind of weird if you look at like the price action over the last few days. It seems like this day was pretty good, but yesterday's price action was pretty much garbage. I mean, it just moves really really weird and really choppy. So that's why you have to swing trade it. Really, you need to not day trade the choppiness. This is more of like, for me, a swing trading stock. You can't really. You can day trade it, but it's hard. it's hard. sometime maybe you could do a little video on debit on Thinkorswim. Come on, for sure. Come, I'll do some of those for sure. I got to get my tutorials up. I've been focusing on the day-to-day content here, but I know that the other content that I have made is getting a lot of views and it is of value to people. Thanks, Hank. Netflix ain't gonna when everyone got no money. Yeah, I mean, when everyone is sharing the same $10 a month subscription, and I've been saying for a long time, I value Netflix, and I think that their subscriptions are way too cheap. For the amount of time a family spends on Netflix compared to cable, and people didn't like me for saying this, but I definitely think that Netflix should have tripled their monthly subscription from like $10 to like $30 or $15 to $40. That's what as an investor, this is not as a consumer. As a consumer, no, I don't want to pay more. As an investor and somebody that believes in a company that's doing something great, I want them to make money so I can still use that product. Like, what's the point if the company goes out of business and you can't use it anymore? Yeah, people hit the dislike. If you don't like to hit the dislike button on this. I watch YouTube more than Netflix. Yeah, but I pay $115, $150 a month for cable. Family doesn't watch it. They use the $10 a month subscription on Netflix. So I could cut cable. I mean, I keep cable for like sports events, and there's a lot of movies and stuff like that. But the Netflix subscription, I mean, so we'll see what happens. Cut it, bro. What correlating call do I place to protect my profits? I don't know what your position is. I don't know if you're not feeling comfortable about your position, just take the profits and wait for a better entry. Netflix is trash. That's a good price for what they offer. I don't think so. I mean, I think if you have kids, Netflix is an amazing value, and the amount of time that the kids spend on it, they love it more than Disney Plus. They love it more than any TV show, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. They love it more than anything. You ask a kid what they want to watch, they have the whole anything. They always pick Netflix. Parents will pay whatever they want to keep their kids happy for an hour, just to get some downtime. So, market is opening up in a couple minutes here. We have the S&P's down 99, Dow's down 830, NASDAQ down 226. Let's see what Microsoft is doing right now. Microsoft's down 4. I was thinking about maybe adding Microsoft to my rotation here, but we'll see. Maybe rotate Apple out. I still like trading Apple, but yesterday they got me good. Right, so right now I'm looking to take profits at open on my SPY put right now. Some good content. I don't like all the dub movies we are in. Andrew, I don't know if you should sell. I know that I'm selling. I'm selling my 261 SPY put. I don't know what you guys are doing, but that's my agenda. I gotta lock in those profits. The market owes me about $1,500 in losses over the last 2 weeks, and this is gonna really set me up on the on my path to victory. So if I make $1,000 here, I made another 180 last night on MES, so I'm up $1,200 already. And then I'm probably gonna try to close out my Home Depot, the April 9th debit spread. I'm gonna try to close that out too. So it's gonna be a little bit busy, and then I'm gonna see what my setups are gonna be for today. See where TLT is gonna be. If we can push up to 170, I'd take profits from TLT as well. So. But there's no rush on TLT. I still have April 9th, so I have quite a bit of time right now on that. So market's opening here in 30 seconds. Are you still considering going to TOS? Yes, I am. Brian, because of all the Xbox usage, yeah, and Microsoft Teams went up a lot. I mean, everything went pretty crazy. So let's see if we can make some money here at open. Jesse, how wide of a strike? I like to do $5 wide debit spreads. All right, we are open for business. Okay, let's try to get some contracts traded here. Try to get out of my position. Okay, 261. Okay, trying to get out here. Okay. Okay, so I just locked in SPY. So I actually made 847 on that, which is pretty good. So I bought SPY for 555. I sold it for 1402. So I mean I made a killer profit on that. I mean, it's been a long time since I made, you know, over 100% profit due to them pricing in the options, but looks like they were underpricing the puts here when I rolled, so that definitely helps. So that covers my $300 loss on the put that I sold to roll into. So I'm actually up 547 on this position currently. I missed it. Why are you moving from Tasty to Thinkorswim? So I'm not moving from Tastyworks to Thinkorswim. I'm just going to be using Thinkorswim as well. I used to use Thinkorswim a lot, but I stopped. Let's look at this Home Depot spread here. So Home Depot's down to 175. So I think I'm going to try to take my profits off this 185. How much am I up on this right now? So we're up. The problem with spreads in like Home Depot and Costco is liquidity isn't great. So I'm going to try to sell these here. So let's see. It's hard to say what my So I gotta wait. I gotta wait for some contracts to be sold here. Since there's no volume on this, there's 0 and 4. I got a bid and ask is kind of wide right now, so I gotta chill. I gotta chill for a second on Home Depot, see what happens. We got time on it though. I don't want to just put an order in. I mean, maybe I could just put an order in, but we'll see. TLT, where we got TLT right now? TLT is at 168. It's pushing up 44%. Right now the market seems to be moving relatively slow right now, but the market just kind of chilling. Yo, Steve, what's going on? Yeah, Steve, I've been saying that YouTube, you have to go directly to the channel. It's not showing. I schedule my videos in advance, but it's not showing up in your subscriptions page for some reason. I don't know why. YouTube is broken right now for the live streams. Just know I go live 30 minutes before market open. That's all I can tell you. So that 30 minutes before market open. So all my Costco alerts are being triggered right now. Okay, looks like TLT is pushing 169. I'm actually gonna take my profits because I'm up 50% on this. So let me take my profits on this bad boy. Okay, so I'm up 50%. So I just made 140 on that. So I'm able to cash that out just to show you guys what's going on here. So I'm taking in my profits. So I made 180 plus 847 plus 140. So I'm gonna see once the contracts with Home Depot are starting to be traded, I'm gonna close this debit spread that's currently in the money for next week expiration. So that's my goal here. I mean, that one only cost me like 90 cents. So this is up. The one April 17th is up like 20 bucks too. So we'll see what happens. So I'm looking for Home Depot, and what I'm looking for some spikes right now in the market, so that way I can get short again. So we're starting to get some money, cash flow in after being long last few days and having to make some day trades. I mean, we've been surviving, but it hasn't been ideal conditions with the convictions that I had in mind, you know. But I mean, right now the market. SPY is just sitting here at 248. Market is digesting. Apple's down 247. Let's see SPY. Let's see how they were pricing this, because I feel like they were underpricing the move. Yeah, these are up. These are all up 100%. So they were definitely underpricing the moves. Today's expiration was up 150. So 150%. So that's nice to see. What we've been seeing lately with a gap down this big, it'd be like 30% change in price. But these are nice. These are like 100% change. So that's nice. Good stuff, Nick. Great strategy to be patient. Add puts on the rips. Yeah, I mean, right now you need to be careful. You need to plan your entries, because you're gonna get stuck. You're gonna get jacked up. You're gonna get in trouble if you don't be patient. I know it's hard when people are making money and you wanna, you're like, oh yeah, like I could be right now, like, man, I just made $1,000. I want to go make another $1,000, right? But you can't just do that. You have to be patient. The reason why I made money today is because I lost money yesterday. I rolled out of losing positions to be in winning positions today. I didn't just like randomly place positions on and said I need to make money. I took a hit yesterday so that I could win today. So I think it would be helpful if you didn't watch the video from last night, watch the video from last night and then watch today's and kind of see how those two connect. There was a lot of strategy in place into becoming profitable today. You have to manage your portfolio. Your options in your portfolio are kind of like children. They kind of run all different directions and they're going all over the place. And you kind of have to bring it in sometimes. And sometimes that means you got to roll your losses into different positions. And that's what we did yesterday. I took some losses, but because of those losses, we were able to win today. So sometimes you just got to bite the bullet. I know it's hard. It's like, man, I don't want to close out. I want to do this. I don't want to push this. But if you still have the same belief in the market that you did, but the options are not working out, you need to change something. You can't just keep riding those options down to zero and then rinse and repeat. Yes, Samir, I did sell the SPY put. I made 847. I made 847 on that SPY put at open. So thankfully I was able to sell that because that's SPY put. So I had the 261. I sold it for $14. It's going for 13, like $13 now. So that's why I wanted to sell. That's why I want to sell, because now we're spiking up here on SPY. Crazy red action today. Not sure to buy or just stay cash right now. Yeah, I mean, if we get some spikes up into the resistance, I'm looking at the 2550 area on the MES. I'm looking at the 255 area on SPY. See what happens. If we come back up to here, would be ideal for me to reshort this thing. If we come back up to 260, I definitely would like to reshort, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible. So, definitely feels good to have your plan work out, because sometimes your plan just doesn't work out. So I definitely feel good that my convictions paid off, and now look how broken this chart looks. So people were like, oh, we're making a V-shaped formation, and now we got this little guy down here, gap down hard. Now, yes, we could move back up to 260 today. We come back up to 260 today. I think I'd like to reshort that, but I think that's probably not going to happen. I think 255 on SPY is probably more ideal, honestly. But what do I know? I just trade the tape. I'm just gonna see what happens. But there is some good volume right here at the open, and they're trying to push this thing higher. But probably shorts covering their positions on honestly. Let's see if they can rip it up. I don't know. I'm not sure. You just gotta take it a day at a time, a trade at a time, and manage your positions accordingly. Okay, so now that you can kind of see here with my Home Depot, now that some contracts are starting to be traded, we're up some more money on Home Depot here. So I'm actually up like $100 on this Home Depot trade. Home Depot is trading at 179. So even though Home Depot is higher than where it opened at, these are worth more because some contracts are being traded now. The bid and ask is getting more tight. Not really that many contracts right now, but the bid and ask is getting a lot tighter. We'll see what happens. You got to be careful about trading Home Depot and Costco because the volume is very, very low. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Home Depot. I mean, it's down. It was down 5%. I mean, it hit 175. It's recovered $4, but I think we're gonna come back down to 175 area on Home Depot. So I'm just gonna be patient right now with Home Depot and see if we can pull out a win here. I am currently in the money on my debit spread. So on this one here, I have the 185 put and the 182.50 put for next week expiration. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna be in the Discord. If you guys do me the favor, you've been watching, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.